Here are your spoilers for Beyond the Gates on Thursday, October 16th, 2025. Chelsea is eagle-eyed, and she must have noticed something missing from her mother's house. In Thursday's episode, Chelsea thinks her mother has been robbed. After seeing Hayley and Randy at the casino at the end of Tuesday's episode, and finding out that they are cousins and plan to take action after she caught Danny and Bill kissing, it leads us to believe that Bill isn't going to have the birthday he thinks he is going to have. In Thursday's episode, Hayley's birthday treat for Bill ends up in the wrong hands. An anthrax scare? LOL. Hayley doesn't mess around, and whatever it is that is contained within the gift will surely be something to ignite the drama, for the next few weeks at least. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and Hayley is that woman, and more. Two couples are highlighted on Thursday's episode, both for very different reasons. Naomi and Jacob are at an impasse over what they see for their future, while Martin receives a stunning proposition. Naomi is very set in her decision that she doesn't want to have children, not now and not ever. In comparison, Jacob realized that his feelings about the situation changed when he saw the positive pregnancy test. For Jacob, nothing could be better than raising a family with the love of his life. Naomi almost had a breakdown when she discussed this with her mother, and Danny realized that the desire to be kid-free was deep-seated and had strong reasons behind it. On the other end of the spectrum, Martin and Smitty have reconciled, and things are about to fast-track in the brownstone. Spoilers show Smitty on bended knee, asking Martin if he would marry him, again. With a happy moment in someone's relationship on this show very much needed, this is just the medicine we need. Hold tight, soap fans, as we have a little bit of something special coming our way. Hey babes, welcome back to Gossip Delight. It's your girl Daisy, and trust me, today's tea is scorching, steamy, and absolutely unmissable. Buckle up, because we're diving straight into the drama. If you were betting that Randy and Hayley shared more than a passing acquaintance, claim your winnings. Because it turns out that she's been playing the long game, having never been in love with Bill. In fact, she and Randy have been plotting to take her hubby for everything he's worth, which is a lot. As they talk, it becomes obvious that they've pulled this scam multiple times, stealing so much of one guy's money that he's now a DoorDash driver. Everything we've suspected about Hayley turns out to be true. She faked the pregnancy, with Randy arranging to get her the blood needed to pull off the horrific stunt. And yes, he pretended to be Sammy, the man who took her to the hospital. And yes, they purposefully made Danny look responsible. Bitch gonna shoot up my wedding and think she's just gonna walk away clean? We hear Hayley saying in a flashback. Randy tells Hayley it's time for them to skip town with the money and diamonds Bill's showered upon his wife so far. But Hayley has something bigger in mind. She says that Bill has to die so that she can collect the $10 million life insurance policy he took out a while back. Randy seems totally on board when his cousins asks him to procure something that will make Bill's death look like natural causes. Afterwards, she'll give Randy her cut and then pack up her money and leave for somewhere gorgeous. Andre and Danny agree that they're going to stay married. That said, she's clearly not sure this is the best decision, especially upon hearing her spouse made his decision after another run-in with Ashley and Derek. He's still worried about the hold Bill has on her, but she does what she can to reassure him, including asking him to move in. He decides to keep his apartment, but vows to be spending a lot of nights at his wife's place. Leslie strolls into Ted's office, suggesting that she's there to satiate his hunger. Quicker than he can say, "Get the heck out!" She's taking off her coat to reveal the waitress outfit she apparently wore years ago. Why go for bargain basement June when he can have vintage? Suggests Leslie. Kat tries convincing her mom it might be time to forgive Ted, but Nicole stops that chatter in its tracks by informing her daughter that Ted slept with Leslie yet again. Kat calls Leslie thirstier than a buzzard in the Mojave. She storms into her dad's office to read him the riot act, only to find him in a compromising position with Leslie. Kat reads her dad the riot act, and Leslie tries to make Nicole believe they slept together again. Beyond the Gates spoilers for Wednesday, October 15th. Suggest Randy Parker will be handed a dire assignment, while Andre Richardson will grill Danny Dupree. Andre was ambushed by Hayley Hamilton at Uptown during the Tuesday, October 14th episode, as the woman went on and on about how Danny was still obsessed with her husband, Bill Hamilton. She also pointed out that Danny and Bill have been hanging out a lot lately. In many ways, Hayley planted a seed in Andre's mind about his new wife and her lingering feelings for Bill, so he'll have questions for Danny about her and her ex-husband. Speaking of Hayley in Tuesday's episode, after seeing Danny and Bill embrace in a lip lock in Bill's office, she stormed over to Randy at the casino. Hayley was raging about Bill trying to pull a fast one, so fans saw a very different side to the Hayley they are used to. Randy helped her during her miscarriage, some time ago, and the two didn't seem to know each other. But during the October 14th episode, he referred to her as Cuz, and it was clear they were close. Whether or not they are indeed family, or just really close friends that go way back, Hayley asked Randy if everything was good, as he guaranteed all the security cameras were shut off. Randy is about to be given a dire assignment, and this very well could come from Joey Armstrong, as these types of orders typically do come from him. But then again, could Hayley ask her Cuz to unalive Bill, Indians, or Danny? Across town, BTG spoilers imply that Ted Richardson will get caught in the crosshairs of a situation, and this has Leslie Thomas written all over it. Leslie will make a new play for her future and use the past to do so. What scheme is she up to now, and how will Ted get involved in it? Lastly, Nicole Richardson and Catherine Kat Richardson will catch up, and they'll both have an update on their love lives. While Nicole is enjoying time with Carlton Fitzgerald, Kat will update her mom on the situation with Thomas Navarro. What will her mom have to say about Kat's status with Tom? Fans will have to tune in to find out. Beyond the Gates spoilers imply the Wednesday, October 15th. Episode will be filled with drama, scary moments, and a little romance, so it'll be a must-see show fans won't want to miss. On Beyond the Gates, we finally got to hear how two of Fairmont Crest's most intriguing characters know each other. Randy and Hayley appeared on screen together again, and it was fire. Randy Parker has returned to the screen in Fairmont Crest this week, and things feel like they are building up to a show-stopping, soapy, dramatic moment. We knew Hayley had to have a connection to Randy after the miscarriage storyline. She reached out to persons unknown, saying she needs their help, and like always, it needs to be on the low. That very night, as Hayley was at Uptown, Randy arrived and was right there to help. But wait a minute, Randy introduced himself as Sammy. That's when we knew that there was something there, and it was as suspect as Randy's employer. Now we leap to today's episode, and Hayley had just been at Uptown and was having a frank and animated conversation with Andre about Danny and Bill. Andre and Hayley both said that their respective partners spent far too much time together and were both obsessed with the other. Hayley went straight to Bill's office, and as she walked down the hallway, she glanced into Bill's office through the open blinds, and what she saw enraged her. There, in full view, was Danny in Bill's office, and they were holding each other close and kissing passionately. Hayley was seething, but she didn't interrupt the moment. She headed out as fast as she arrived and sought out the one person she needed, Randy. Hayley arrived at the casino and went straight to the back room, where Randy was seated playing with a deck of cards. She asked if they were alone, and Randy confirmed, explaining that he had turned the cameras off when she messaged him. Hayley was fuming and told Randy, "It's time to lock in, cuz." And the mic was dropped. Randy and Hayley are cousins, so it's no wonder they are so tight. In many cases, cousins are like your first best friends. Randy told Hayley not to worry. He has her back. He asked her what the move is after she explained that Bill thought he could play her. Surprisingly, Hayley told Randy, "We take his legs out from under him, clean fast and done." Damn, Hayley. Are you saying what we think you're saying? I doubt she wants Bill killed, but taking his legs out from under him could mean going after him physically or his firm. Soap fans, tomorrow feels like it's going to be a massive day for us in Fairmont Crest. On Beyond the Gates, decision day came for Andre. Danny had tasked him with deciding whether to stay married to her or not, and pick what his heart truly desires. Did Danny get the answer she wanted? It appeared that Danny was giving Andre an out, a way of saying he didn't want to stay married, so it wouldn't blow up and cause awkwardness. As Danny said, We'll always have Vegas." Andre assured her that she was the one he truly wanted, and that he understood she didn't want to have children. And he was okay with that. Given what is happening with Jacob and Naomi currently, it rang true and was something Andre should definitely consider. Andre saw Ashley at Garland Memorial Hospital. The lady he had helped in the elevator was back with her baby and invited both Andre and Ashley to a party. Assuming that the pair were a couple because of the energy she felt from them. Awkward moment when Derek arrived and brought up the subject of Danny, and that the four of them could attend the party. Andre really cares for Ashley, but they left on unsteady terms, and really, could Andre count on Ashley to always be there for him? Would she not just run back to Derek again? So here we have Andre thinking over his life choices and what he's going to do, enjoying a drink when Hayley comes in and bends his ear for a time about Danny and Bill. Andre listened and defended his relationship, insisting it was not the same as Hayley's and Bill's, despite Hayley's attempts to draw parallels. Hayley went to see Bill at his office and ended up catching him and Danny kissing passionately. Andre was left with his liquor and his thoughts. Danny arrived at Uptown, sidled up to Andre, and said she had gotten his text, asking him what he had decided. Andre looked straight at her and said he had chosen to remain married to her. Danny's face changed, and there was a look that suggested she hoped Andre had decided to exit stage left and pursue a life with family and children. Danny had hoped Andre would choose another life, but Bill still holds her heart in a way, and she cannot deny that the pull to be with him is strong. Given Hayley's discovery and subsequent visit to cousin Randy Plas at the casino, Bill may need Danny more than ever now. But where does this leave Andre? Once he finds out about Danny's betrayal, poor Andre will be heartbroken. After months of wondering whether Beyond the Gates Hayley was a vixen or just misunderstood, we now know that she's actually a flat-out villain. The real question now is how the deadly plot Hayley and Randy, whom we now know to be her cousin, will play out. One thing seems fairly certain. By the time this particular storyline wraps up, someone will be exiting stage left, and it seems likely to be the scheme queen. Despite the many issues which drove Danny and Bill apart, the show seems to be writing them as endgame. Her spontaneous marriage to Andre is fragile at best, with each of them clearly jonesing for someone other than their current mate. And although Bill has newly declared himself to be fully committed to Hayley, well, that relationship clearly has an expiration date. Interestingly, Hayley seems not to have fallen into the trap, which has screwed up the plan of so many soap villains before her. While they so often wind up falling for the person they'd initially targeted, we've seen no such evidence where Hayley is concerned. In fact, the she-devil had a you-know-what-eating grin on her face while hugging Bill and muttering, "Till death do us part." Another reason Hayley's days would see to be numbered? During the scenes in which her wicked ways were laid bare, we learned that this isn't the first time she and Randy have worked together to steal from the rich and give to themselves. Sure, Beyond the Gates could tear a page from Bold and Beautiful's playbook and turn Hayley into a misunderstood heroine a la Luna and her grandma Sheila. But quite honestly, everything we've seen of the DMV set suits her leaves us expecting better of it. So much as we're enjoying the multi-layered performances of Marquita Goings, it sure feels as if she won't be walking many more miles in Hayley's pampered pumps. Beyond the Gates Daily YAP. P for Tuesday, October 14th. Welcome to the Beyond the Gates Daily YAPP for a quick, and by that, I mean you're already halfway done, recap of the most amazing or what the heck did we just watch moments on today's episode. Let's get to it. How am I supposed to make this yap about one moment after the show we had today? All right, I'll try. The man in black was back, Randy Parker. And I must say, is he trying to get Joey annoyed with him again so soon after they repaired their relationship? Joey and Vanessa had recovered from Joey wanting things to end because of Donald, and the two had begun to kiss passionately in the back room of the casino. Sure enough, just as things were about to heat up, in walked Randy, who stood at the door and watched for a beat or two, and then coughed to announce his presence. Vanessa was taken aback to see Randy at the casino, given that he had left town in a hurry and was alive because of Vanessa and Doug's intervention. So it came as a surprise that Randy would tell Vanessa that he would have been at Doug's memorial, but he didn't think his boss would have been okay with it. given that Doug was going to try to take the place down and give his organization a lot of problems. Joey quickly corrected things and left with Vanessa, but the look he gave Randy said that this conversation would be back on the table when he returns. Will this have Vanessa re-examine how her husband died? Randy, what have you done? Check out the Beyond the Gates homepage on Soap Central for a look at what else Randy is up to, and the question of how Randy and Hayley know each other is answered. Want more details? We got you! Soap Central has the best full recaps on the internet. You can even go back over 30 years and read each and every one of them. If you can't wait until the next episode, we have daily spoilers too. And whatever you do this weekend, do not. Seriously, do not. Forget to read the 2 scoops for some laughs. In the as close as we can come to being a watching party without actually being a show. And the best part is if you agree or disagree, we want to know. As always, share your comments below. Beyond the Gates spoilers for Tuesday, October 14th, 2025 suggest that Anita and Vernon are making their great escape. The Beyond the Gates spoilers for Tuesday, October 14th, 2025 tease that Anita and Vernon are getting itchy. They want to leave Fairmont Crest, but they have to get creative about it. Anita and Vernon get creative to escape the current chaos in their lives. They want to regain control after the drama they've endured in the past few months. Tensions have been rising, especially after Doug's death. Now, Leslie is back to scheming. The golden couple wants to leave Fairmont Crest as soon as possible. Will they make their great escape? Or will someone catch them in the act? They can never get a break, especially when it comes to the drama in their family. Vanessa demands something of Joey. She'll confront him with a request that takes him by surprise. It's unclear what she wants this time around. The BTG Weekly Preview teases a heated moment between the two. Vanessa might finally get her act together and tell Joey to lay off. We just want to know why this is suddenly causing a wedge between them. These feelings never stopped her before. Bill gets an unexpected gift from a surprise visitor. Who could it be? Is his ex-wife, Daniel, trying to stir the pot, especially when it comes to his marriage to Hayley? Danny did confess to her mom that she loves drama. It's her biggest addiction. She might try to stir up old feelings in Bill, which could cause more trouble in his marriage. Meanwhile, Smitty makes an announcement to Tyrell and Samantha about the future of their family. He recently reconnected with his husband, Martin, and it felt good. The couple is working on their marriage, but their past kept dragging them back. Every time they take a step forward, they end up taking 10 steps back. Smitty is still determined to keep his family together. He now has something important to share, and it could rekindle their family. According to the BTG promo video, Smitty plans on popping the question, will love get a second chance? Beyond the Gates spoilers for Wednesday, October 15th, 2025 tease that Leslie will use her past to predict her future. The Beyond the Gates spoilers for Wednesday, October 15th, 2025 tease that change is coming for Leslie. She will have to rely on her past to guide her future. Wednesday teasers feature Leslie, who is using her past to make a play for her future. And as a result, Ted will need to watch out because he gets caught in the crosshairs. Lately, Leslie has been busy telling June to stay away from Ted and rubbing Nicole's face in the fact that she and Ted recently slept together. Ms. Thomas sees Ted as her future, so how does she use her past to try to make a relationship happen? More importantly, how will this impact Ted? Because right now, he wants nothing to do with Leslie. Unfortunately for him, she doesn't care about what he wants. Andre has hard-hitting questions for Danny about her ex-husband. This will force her to face some painful memories she's been trying to keep to herself. However, the past is bound to catch up with her. Danny and Bill already shared an intimate moment. The exes kissed, leading her to spill the details to her BFF, Pamela. Is Danny willing to confront what's really going on in her heart? Will she give Andre the answers he's been looking for? Kat and her mother, Nicole, both have major relationship updates to share. Although Kat has been involved with Tomas, she discovered that Eva has been sleeping with him. Meanwhile, Nicole wants to move on from her divorce. She's considering a new man in her life. Which direction would their love life take them? Expect the unexpected. Meanwhile, Randy is tasked with a deadly order aimed at a startling target. His workday takes a dark turn when he's given the assignment to carry out a mission targeting a specific individual. Hayley and Randy are playing the long con game. Beyond the Gates finally delivered the goods on Hayley, and it was pretty glorious. On Wednesday, October 15th, cousins Hayley and Randy discussed their long con. And yes, they're here to steal from the rich to give to, well, themselves. Just as so many of us suspected, Hayley has been conning Bill from the get-go. Hayley engineered her friendship with Naomi. Nothing about her relationship with her husband is real. Hayley is here to steal as much of Bill's money as possible. This is what she and Randy do. They line up a mark, research everything about them, and then Hayley becomes the perfect, fully formed woman to meet their needs. The next step is that Hayley gets together with, or marries the mark. Hayley and Randy steal their money, and then she vanishes from their lives. They have been doing it for years. Hayley and Randy even discussed that one mark in Chicago, who was wealthy and owned boats, and after they got through with him, he was done. Now he's driving for DoorDash. Hayley's friendship with Naomi wasn't the only thing that was fake. The pregnancy scare, the pregnancy, and the miscarriage, they were all part of the plan to suck Bill into Hayley's tangled web. After that scare, the powerful attorney started a college fund and then continued to pay into it with the pregnancy that ended with her losing the baby. Hayley said her relationship with Bill has been a hustle since day one. She referred to her husband as an arrogant bastard. She complained about Fairmont Crest residents and called Danny a runway relic. The only perk, other than living the life of luxury, was that Bill was good in bed. However, it's time to move on. Bill is Hayley's final mark, and she is all about evolving their plan so she can retire. Hayley says she hasn't caught feelings for Bill. Instead, she has a new payoff plan. She now wants to unalive Bill so she can collect on that $10 million life insurance policy he took out. So it's up to Randy to get a concoction that's tasteless, odorless, slow, and undetectable. Bill has already had medical issues. He had a stroke, which was for real and not brought on by anything Hayley and Randy did. But it does work for them. Should Bill suddenly keel over, a poison won't be blamed. Randy and Hayley were cold as ice as they recounted their sordid past, as well as how they had to distract Bill at times because Danny seemed on to Hayley. Hence, Hayley set up Danny to be blamed for her miscarriage. Now the question is whether or not Hayley and Randy will succeed with their plan. Caroline keeps urging Bill to choose Hayley, but there's that undeniable chemistry he has with Danny. At the end of Wednesday's episode, Bill seemed to choose Hayley, which could seal his fate. Meanwhile, Danny asked Andre to move in. BTG fans are everywhere, as Sean Freeman was reminded on the road. Beyond the Gates star, Sean Freeman's family is in the midst of grief, but even in the midst of loss, there are joyful moments. The actor took to Facebook to share that after the homegoing of his stepmother's father, he and his brother had a chance encounter with fans of the soap at an unlikely place, a gas station. Their interactions reminded Freeman of how storytelling can bring people together. When Freeman pulled up to the gas station with his brother Ryan, they were headed on their way out of Alabama. They'd been in the state, visiting Grove Hill, Jackson, and Gosport, for the funeral service of Willie Clarence Denson, the father of Freeman's stepmother, Marquita LaRossi. Their stop was meant to be a quick one, but when Freeman saw BTG playing on the station's TV, he took a minute to linger. He was amused, he shared in his Facebook post, that no one recognized him, though he had hoped they would. After asking a station cashier and cook if they were fans, Freeman told them that he plays Andre Richardson on the soap. The cook was in disbelief, asking, "You look just like Andre. Are you really him?" To which he assured him that he was. She and the cashier couldn't believe a Hollywood actor was in their neck of the woods, but once they clicked onto Freeman being who he claimed to be, the moment blossomed into a memorable one. Freeman and his brother stuck around to watch some of the episode with the fans. They laughed and shared stories, and the actor even waited for a friend who'd been called so they could meet him. In his post, he said, "It was a humbling and heartwarming experience, man. Moments like these remind me of the joy and connection that storytelling can bring." Soap operas are beloved, and their longevity means that generations of families share a bond over tuning in daily to find out what will happen next. BTG is the first opportunity in decades for fans of the genre to watch a soap opera from the beginning and connect over a new entry into this storied tradition, which dates back to radio shows. But Freeman and his co-stars aren't Hollywood actors in the traditional sense. They're much closer to Southern fans than they may be aware. With production for BTG based in Atlanta, the Hollywood of the South, they're only a state away from fans in Alabama. But no matter where they film, there is one resonating truth. You can find a soap opera fan anywhere, including a gas station. Beyond the Gates spoilers for Thursday, October 14, 2025, suggest that Naomi and Jacob are at a crossroads with their future. The Beyond the Gates spoilers for Thursday, October 16, 2025, reveal that Naomi and Jacob have differing views on their future, which could impact their marriage. Naomi and Jacob are at an impasse over what they see for their future. As previously revealed, Naomi found out that she's pregnant, but becoming a mother wasn't on her radar. Meanwhile, Jacob thinks this is the perfect time for them to settle down and start a family. Unfortunately, the BTG spoilers suggest that this latest conversation doesn't go well, as it leads to an emotional standoff between the two. How will being on different pages impact their marriage? Will these two ever come together and come to terms with their immediate future? Where do they go from here? Bill's birthday might be a happy day for him, but it won't be for Hayley. First, she is already up in arms after witnessing Bill kiss Danny, are cooking up some payback. In the meantime, Hayley's birthday treat for Bill ends up in the wrong hands. This won't improve her mood. It may even cause her to spiral. Chelsea thinks her mother has been robbed. Is she really a crime victim? Or is the situation not what it appears to be? Chelsea is still processing her mom's wedding to Andre, and now she has to deal with whatever this is. Danny has already talked to Naomi about the state of her marriage. Maybe it's time to open up to Chelsea. Finally, Martin receives a stunning proposition. It's so out of left field that it shocks him. This offer could change his life forever. What is this offer? And more importantly, will he accept it? Maybe this proposition is really a proposal. In the BTG weekly video preview, Smitty gets down on one knee and pops the question. Will love get a second chance? Will Martin say yes all over again? Beyond the Gates spoilers for Wednesday, October 15th, indicate some explosive moments in Fairmont Crest. Andre Richardson has some X questions, while Randy Parker is given a dire order, and Leslie Thomas makes a play. Learn more about what's set to go down during Wednesday's show, down below. Beyond the Gates spoilers for Wednesday, October 15th, reveal that Andre will have questions for Danny Dupree about Bill Hamilton. There's been a ton of implying that the only reason Danny married Andre was to make Bill jealous, and BTG fans know that as much as Danny cares for Andre, her heart belongs to Bill. Will Danny be honest with Andre when he grills her, or will she skirt around the issue? Across town, Randy will be given a fatal order, which is aimed at an unexpected target. While this BTG spoiler is cryptic, fans have a clue on who's giving the deadly assignment to Randy. Joey Armstrong. Who does Joey want to off, and will Randy go through with it? In other news, Beyond the Gates spoilers for Wednesday hint that Leslie will use the past to make a play for her future. Is this about Ted Richardson? Speaking of, he gets in the crosshairs of something, so does he get caught up in Leslie's new drama? Finally, Catherine Kat Richardson and Nicole Richardson get together. The mother and daughter will update each other on their love lives, and it sounds like they'll have a lot to talk about. Nicole is dabbling in a romance with Ted's business partner, Carlton Fitzgerald, while Kat is getting more serious with Thomas Navarro. So it'll be interesting to see this mom and daughter bond, and who Kat feels about Carlton, and Nicole's reaction to Kat's situation with Tomas. What storyline are you most looking forward to during Wednesday's show? Share your thoughts. Is Peaches keeping more secrets from her daughter Leslie? Leslie is living a life of luxury on Beyond the Gates. Thanks to Peaches, Leslie learned that she's the biological daughter of the late Barbara Mitchell and is entitled to the trust set up by Anita. However, Leslie's good fortune could come crashing down because of Peaches' other secret. According to fans, that is. Leslie's life was turned upside down by Peaches' revelation. Peaches confessed that she was Leslie's adoptive mother, and her biological mom was the late Barbara Mitchell. The news changed Leslie's life in more ways than she could have imagined. Barbara was a founding member of the Articulettes, but was kicked out because of creative differences with Anita and the group's shady manager, Dante Green. The Articulettes went on to stardom without Barbara, who fell into a deep depression and ultimately took her own life. Feeling guilty about Barbara's death, Anita set up a trust fund that went to Barbara's next of kin. Since Leslie is Barbara's daughter, she's now living off the Dupree's wealth. Leslie scoring another win against the Duprees has fans riled up. Many are awaiting her downfall, which could happen sooner rather than later. On X, a fan theory suggests there's more to Peaches' story. Peaches is scamming them because she's Barbara. I don't think Barb is dead, wrote the poster. Speculation about Barbara not being dead has been circulating ever since her name was mentioned. Since Barbara blames Anita for getting her kicked out of the Articulettes, it's no surprise she would want revenge. What better way than using her daughter, Leslie, to do it? Leslie has already caused lots of trouble for Anita and the Duprees. Not only did she destroy Nicole's marriage, but now she's reaping the benefits of her newfound wealth. However, if Peaches really is Barbara, then Leslie can say goodbye to her money. Money or no money, Leslie isn't going to stop making the Duprees' lives hell. Now with Peaches, aka Barbara, the two will be a force to be reckoned with. If Anita thought Leslie was trouble, wait until she comes face to face with her friend and bandmate who's back from the dead. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.